One of the things that always bothered me about the ending of the original Star Wars trilogy was how blowing up the second Death Star meant that the rebels had won. I mean, there was a massive intergalactic army still out there.
Well, sure, but I mean, the Emperor was dead, Vader was out of the equation, and the Empire, don't forget, was at this point several billion space bucks in debt on
True.
2 space stations that weren't even close to being paid off
Look,
yet.
all of that is true, but there are a lot of unanswered questions. Luckily, Marvel have released Shattered Empire, a bridge between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens to answer those very questions. Written by Greg Rucka with art by Marco Cicchetto, Issue 1 shows us that a booze up on Endor was far from being the end of the story. So Al, what did you think of this one?
I actually really enjoyed this one.
Yeah?
This is a buy from me, definitely.
Yep.
There's a lot of Star Wars stuff out at the moment, while, you know, the attention's on it, and this is probably my favourite that's out right now that I've been reading. Rucka's doing a great job, particularly with the characters.
Yes.
He's really nailing it with the characters, and I mean, you've seen a lot of them that are focusing very much on your knowns. You've got Han and Chewie getting out there, shooting bad guys, and that's cool, but what I love about this is there's a strong focus on your actual people who are fighting the war.
Yeah.
You know, we've just come through, lots of people have died. They've all lost friends. It's not just, let's all get drunk on Endor. Which, you know, yeah, that's fantastic, but this really brings in that sad element of it.
It does.
You know, you've got this pilot who's going down to the moon and she's really panicking about whether her husband's still alive, and everybody else is just like, hey, party time.
She's like, I don't care, I need to find him.
That really brought some pathos to it, and that really brought some urgency to it, and really made it feel real, because these are real people. These aren't these characters that we grew up with.
No.
And that was a real strong element in this for me.
Yeah.
Beyond that, the visuals also fantastic.
So good. So very good.
The character models all look great. The people who we know look enough like what they're supposed to look like.
You know what they are.
They've got the Lando-iness going. That's fine. So that was all good. But yeah, the visuals go beyond that. You know, everything looks fantastic. Everything's very textured. Everything's very detailed, and there's a great depth to it.
There is.
A great depth of field.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it looks great. It's got some fantastic character work in there.
Yep.
And yeah, as I say, it's probably my favourite of the Star Wars stuff that's out there right now.
Yeah, look, I have to agree with you. It's a buy from me as well. I struggle a lot with the Star Wars comics. I often find them a little bit kind of slow, or it's telling a story I don't really care about, but this one, I loved it. You get thrown in the midst of this massive dogfight in space, which looks amazing.
Doesn't it? It really does.
The details, the action, the cause and effect, you really start feeling quite anxious about it, and you've got everyone kind of talking at each other.
We've seen this dogfight 1,000 times.
You know exactly how it's all going to end.
Yeah, but it really does bring some tension. It really does feel like a pitched space battle.
It does, and so that's such a good way to start this story. In issue number 1, bam, straight into this massive action.
Yeah.
And then, although the story, you know, they win, yay, go to Endor, have a bit of a party, and sure, that is when the story starts kind of dipping down and you get a bit more character, and you've got that little pathos that's going through there, which really helps to add this beautiful depth of character to all of them. But the pace never drops.
It's true. Yeah.
It's still it's still there. It's still racing through, because it's because, you know, she's looking for a husband, and then finally, you know, they get reunited.
Yep.
But then it all goes wrong again.
Well, this is a great thing, and this is what you're saying about the pace. You've got that point when it could have just bottomed out,
dropped out,
and then there's Han Solo kicking people up, going, all right, let's go.
It's not
over.
done.
It's not over.
Yes.
We've got to do more.
Exactly,
and
because
your question
not over.
is being answered.
It's not over, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
The art, I have to mention it as well. I know you talked about it, but it is really beautifully done. The facial expressions that are throughout this book are so good.
It's true.
There's none of that kind of, wait, are they happy? Are they sad? Are they, what was going on there?
Are you hungry? Gassy?
What? And the colour palette is beautifully done. It's just, it gives such a rich depth into the story. You get this beautiful, you know, it's just, look.
We're pretty enthusiastic about this
I
one,
really like
obviously.
this, and like I said, I struggle with Star Wars comics. I often don't like them, so I'm really glad that I found a series that I can really get into.
Yeah, absolutely. So fans, non-fans, let us know. You know, check this one out and let us know if it worked for you.